honest mistake, Your Honor.
How long did this mistake
It lasted, I'd say, about 2 years.
How can a mistake last for 2 years? What up, what up, what up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I haven't been here for a while, but since we're all self-isolating at home during this quarantine period, I thought, why don't I become more serious on my YouTube? So I am back again with another video. So I've got TikTok right now and I've been seeing loads of funny videos online that's just helped me keep my spirits up whilst I've been home. So I thought, why don't I just start a reaction series on my channel? So yeah, so we're gonna react to the 10 worst cases on paternity court. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can see my top right now, but this is really cute. Sidebar, if I do say so myself. Yeah, this is the sidebar, but I really like this. And I like the sleeves as well. Like, it's not ironed, but whatever.
10. Danielle Marsh versus Torrance Reed.
Marsh versus Reed.
26-year-old Danielle and her mother were in court to address her ex-boyfriend, 40-year-old Torrance Reed, once and for all.
Ms. Marsh, you and your mom have demanded the defendant, Mr. Reed, appear in court today because you say he denies your 1-year-old daughter to marry.
Their story began when she had just turned 18, fresh out of high school, when then 33-year-old...
Wait, she's 18 and he's 40. Okay.
When then 33-year-old Torrance met her.
In your mind, was this your boyfriend?
Yes.
He lived in California and she in Ohio. They had slept together, so she assumed when he went back to California, it was a committed, monogamous, long distance.
You can't be assuming things, girl. We can't be assuming. We can't. With the climate that we're in, you can't be assuming anything. Read my lips. Don't assume.
Relationship.
I never knew he was dating other women.
Little did she know, he had other plans.
I'm a Muslim, so I was planning on having 4 wives.
She did find...
Four wives? Who is this guy?
Find out real quick. When Torrance invited her out on a trip, she thought they'd be alone.
He says, let me introduce you to my wife?
Torrance? He claimed he let Danielle know he was inviting her out on the trip to meet his wife.
I have never heard of a man taking a woman on vacation to meet their wife.
He was Muslim and intended to have not 1, not 2, or 3, but 4 wives.
Fake Muslim. He's a wannabe Muslim.
And she would potentially be one of them.
I didn't know nothing about him wanting 4 wives.
When confronted about their age difference,
How old are you?
I just turned 26 last
And how old are you, Mr. Reed?
I'm 40.
he defends his actions by pointing back the finger.
She's steady talking about what I'm doing, but she have numerous meanings.
After 7 long years of dating, Danielle finally understood that their relationship was doomed.
He would go travel state to state to have different babies and find another wife, and he get these women involved.
But my question is, if you've been dating him for 7 years, surely you should have picked up on his behavior. I'm just saying.
Was in shock as the results were revealed.
You are not the father.
Girl!
She hadn't
And he
mentioned
ain't
being
even the
intimate with another man before.
I know who the father is.
And you were crying, girl. You're just, yeah, you're making us look bad.
The father is. Oh, he has 10 kids, so.
He has how many?
He has 10 other kids.
Are you using baby tomorrow?
Who is this person? Where did they find these people?
Ayel Ware versus Arias Wilson. Ayel and Arias were best friends.
I met him 8 years ago.
Their friendship had been strong from the get-go. They would hang out, watch Netflix, and do private potlucks together.
He cooked something, I cooked something, bring over to his house, or he'd come over to my house.
But Ayel had different intentions for their friendship.
What?
When did you start even liking him?
I liked him from day one.
She had her eye on his you-know-what.
You had been plotting on this all the time, but you were waiting for the time to make your move.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, she likes him.
Planned to seduce her friend.
He had came on over, got to drinking. I ain't gonna lie, I made a move.
Her efforts paid off.
I got intoxicated. One thing led to another.
They finally got it on.
And at that time, Mr. Wilson, you were dating men.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, what?
Wait, he's gay? He's
Confident
gay?
about myself. He might think he's
Girl,
gay. But
he's gay? Oh, that's not cool.
She'd already tested 3 other men to see if they were the father.
How many other
A
men?
lot of them, Your Honor. She doesn't.
So,
How many?
so
Say it
she
loud,
doesn't know
proud.
who
You said you're a
the father
confident
is
woman.
if you're
To no
testing
avail.
3 other
he's the only
men.
person.
Okay, I'm tired and this is 9. I don't know if we're gonna make it to 1 because this is a lot.
left. It's gotta be him.
So, here they were in court.
This is not my child, Your Honor.
Ayel raising her son on her own without a known father, having her best friend tested as the 4th potential father.
So you don't believe you're the only other possibility?
No, Your Honor. She's been with multiple men.
There was
No,
only
Your Honor.
4.
It was more than that.
Arias accepted being a godfather to her son with joy, but as far as being his biological father,
I love my godson dearly, Your Honor, but he's not my son.
they couldn't particularly agree on just how many men Ayel was sleeping with at the time.
You know for certain that there were more men besides the 3?
Yes, Your Honor, because like I said,
Results came in. One thing was certain.
You are not the father.
Oh,
Nope,
he ain't the
not
father.
the father. Arias said he still loves her and his godson, but
She should have just left that. Yeah.
is relieved to have the truth out once and for all. And he was telling the truth about there being more than 4 different
We've
men.
had 4 men tested. We now know that there has to be at least another man out there.
She finally accepted that there is a 5th man she could have tested,
Do you?
Yes, Your Honor.
but he's no longer with us.
Thief.
He's deceased.
Oh, he's passed away. That's sad. Hey.
Wandapence versus Larry Patrick. Patrick was a good, faithful family man. 5 years ago, he had welcomed a stranger into his home he shared with his girlfriend.
We befriended him, let him move into our home.
The man only stayed in their house for less than a week.
Stayed maybe 5 or 6 days.
That was more than enough time to lay with Wanda.
I think he was worried about me catching on to it.
Wanda explained herself, saying she had been accused of sleeping around with other men by...
Accused me of it, and I kept telling you, you're going to keep pushing, and it's going to happen.
For once, she wanted to prove him right by actually doing the deed.
Slept with the gentleman that had been staying with us.
But it
I don't know. I don't think that's how it works. If someone if your partner keeps saying, oh, you're going to sleep with someone, you're going to sleep with someone, you're going to sleep with someone, doesn't validate the fact that you end up sleeping with someone else.
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't think that's how it works. So that was a stupid response. So yeah.
admitted it was nothing but a mistake in her eyes
Probably the biggest mistake that I've ever made in my life.
admits
and
that.
wished it had never happened.
It should have never happened at all.
It should have never happened, but it did, and I can't go back and change
Wanda
that.
became pregnant with twins
wow.
around the same time as the affair, resulting
2
in this
babies.
quest to find the true father to the children.
I couldn't tell you where he is right now.
Larry didn't believe a word coming out of his girlfriend's mouth.
I'm from the South.
She was known to
Right.
be flirty with other men.
I'm constantly calling people
Honey,
honey
babe.
and babe.
A lie detector test
Lie
was conducted
detector.
on the show.
Miss Pence, you were asked, did you have sexual intercourse with the man more than once? You said no. The lie detector determined you were being deceptive.
Wanda's adamant that she has been truthful.
Your Honor, that's not possible. I slept with a guy once.
Girl. If it happens another time, that's not a mistake. You can't keep accidentally falling.
I knew it. He
One
was
time,
sneaking
Your Honor.
behind my
But the results revealed something different. But she wasn't about to admit to anything.
Hey, it's what that paper says.
I don't care what
So-
that paper says.
It was bittersweet as the results of the DNA test came in, revealing that despite Wanda's affairs,
You are the father.
I told you the truth.
Larry
Despite her-
had fathered their
Yeah.
babies.
The deception
As long
stuff
as
with the
you're
lie detector
the
test,
dad.
that's something that's going to have to be worked on because that just right there shows me I may not be able to trust her again.
Larry explains that the lies and infidelity are hard to swallow.
I mean, it's bad enough I didn't trust her, but after hearing so much deception of her, I mean...
And he isn't so sure if he's willing to work to mend their relationship back to health.
Is there anything that you haven't told him at this point?
Yeah, anything.
No, Mr. Patrick knows everything that happened that night.
Who can blame the guy? Number 7,
seven.
Michael Griffin versus Sheila Richmond.
Mr. Griffin, it's bad enough you sleeping around outside the marriage, but your wife's sister?
You would think you could leave your younger
Ew,
sister
why do people
with your
do that?
husband
Sleep with
without having to worry they might
siblings.
get in each other's pants, right?
That was an honest mistake, Your Honor.
How long did this mistake
It lasted, I'd say, about 2 years.
2 years?
How can a mistake last for 2 years? 2 years. Not even a week. Not.
2 years?
I know.
This wasn't no
I know,
mistake.
yeah.
This was a decision.
Mr. Griffin was a married man who had a 2-year affair with his wife's sister,
This is
Sheila,
nasty.
33 long years ago.
For 2 years, you were sleeping with your wife's sister.
Ew.
Yes.
Regularly?
Yes.
Often, very often.
He was
said
in court to
often.
prove that Miss Richmond's daughter was produced by their affair.
Oh.
30 years I've been knowing that she's my daughter.
You've never had a doubt?
Never had a doubt.
How can you be so sure?
That fool's here.
While Sheila was adamant that he was not the father.
I did tell him that I was pregnant, but at the time he also knew I was, with other people.
He had been married for almost 10 years when the affair began.
So you all had known each other for an extended amount of time.
It continued
not
for 2
right.
years, where the two would sneak off regularly to get it on, using no protection.
He was taking me home from when I used to go over to their house.
He would pick her up from her house to visit her sister, do the deed, and act like nothing happened.
Not thinking, just being wild at that time of my age.
She owned the fact that she had let her feelings get the best of
I was
her.
in love.
You had worked yourself up that you was in love with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Falling
you
in
be
love
in
with
love
Mr.
with
Griffin
your
as a
sister's
21-year-old
husband?
and recognized that what happened was childish and downright foolish.
Was very selfish for years, and
Very
I didn't want to
selfish.
deal with my past, but I wasn't thinking about your life, and I'm sorry.
Their affair quickly came to an end after she got pregnant.
We didn't hardly see
But
each
she
other.
was trying to hide it from her stepsister.
They lost contact and hadn't seen each other until this very day in court.
I'm sorry, and I wish I had been there for you.
Well, the whole thing blew over since it turned out that she really wasn't his daughter.
You are not
the
her father.
Okay.
Miss Richmond vowed to do whatever it takes to find her actual father.
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna have to help her find it because I got names for her, so.
Number 6, Taylor Hoch versus Carl Chennault.
How did you end up with your girlfriend's daughter?
Yep, you heard it right. His girlfriend's 18-year-old
Your girlfriend's
18-year-old daughter.
It started out as a text message, Your Honor, and a word was misspelled.
After receiving a misspelled
Oh,
text from
people are
Taylor asking,
nasty.
"Are you coming?" He sure got the wrong idea.
My mom was sitting right beside me when I texted him this. I was asking him when he's gonna come over.
She hadn't thought about being intimate with him, but after Carl called,
I asked her if she wanted to go out and have a good time with me.
And you said,
sure.
Sure.
Did you ever think in your mind this is inappropriate?
she hesitated,
for your
but
mom's
accepted his
boyfriend.
invitation. So
I snuck out of my grandma's house that night. We went to a park.
So romantic. He did come.
She had on tight clothing, little skirt, breast out.
And that he couldn't resist. Their sexual relationship lasted almost 6 months.
When she's not there,
6
she left to go
months.
somewhere. Sometimes when she's
Why
sleeping.
this is what I don't understand. Even though this is very disgusting, why didn't he just break up with the mum and then try and see the daughter? You don't need to be sleeping with both mum and daughter. Like you don't need to be sharing. I'm gonna stop right there because the whole thing is really disgusting. Really disgusting.
He was sleeping with both Taylor and her mother
see,
during this
He
time.
was sleeping
In her
with both of
house?
them.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now you know that's just nasty.
They had even been caught with Carl's pants down and Taylor getting ready to go down on
She
him.
caught me standing in front of her, my pants unzipped.
Carl came clean to Taylor's mother and confessed.
She kind of manipulated both of us, saying that I told her about what we did, and I never said anything.
She didn't kick him to the curb, though.
I'm
guessing, hoping she throws you out at this point.
Actually, Your Honor, no.
They're still together.
Were you
How can
also
be
still
with a man?
sleeping with her mother during that time?
Yes.
To make matters worse, Taylor's mother was pregnant by him around the same time she got pregnant.
My sister is Mr. Chennault's daughter.
Though she was sleeping with another man at the time,
Whose child do you think it is?
Could have been two guys, Mr. Chennault and another guy.
so it was anybody's guess who the actual father was.
Now you have a 10-month-old child by Mr. Chennault.
Yes.
And you may have a 3-month-old grandchild who's also your child's half-sibling.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Taylor's mother sat in the witness chair telling the story of how she met Carl 20 years ago.
Wow. If you've known her on and off for 20 years, then you knew Miss Hoch when she was a baby.
Can this story get any worse?
I also helped raise her.
This just keeps getting nastier.
She breaks down in tears as the two lovebirds reveal that they had been intimate just a few months ago.
The last time we were intimate, Your Honor, was about September.
But when asked whether or not they're willing to take a lie detector test to see whether or not they're still sleeping together,
Are we willing to consent to the lie
They're still
detector
sleeping
test?
No,
together.
Your Honor, I won't.
How about you, ma'am?
they both refused.
They're still sleeping together.
Suspicious. Well, it turned out that he wasn't actually the father. So they could breathe a sigh of relief.
Okay guys, I'm gonna stop it right here. We're gonna do a part 2 because this video is just gonna be too freaking long and we don't want that. We don't want that. I really enjoyed this, but at the same time I'm very disturbed and kind of disgusted with humanity because there was just so much mess in that. I don't even understand. Not even just for the women or even just for everybody involved. They were just messy. It was just sleeping with sisters, sleeping with girlfriends' daughters, just sleeping with homeless people they pick up on the street and give them warm beds. There was just a lot of mess in that. So yeah, so if you want to watch the part 2, watch out for that, and thank you again for watching. I really enjoyed that, so I think I'm gonna do more reaction videos in the future. But as I mentioned in the beginning, follow me on my TikTok, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Please write a notification down below how you found the video, and if you have any other things that you want me to react to, let me know. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye 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 bye.